Hi y'all, this is So Blessed. Welcome to the Blessed Place. Anybody ever seen that movie, The Crying Game? Ooh, I saw that movie a long time ago. This ain't about the crying game. Not that kind of crying game. This is about, I want to talk about two different shows that made me cry. That had me boo-hoo-hoing, y'all. One was Wife Swap, and this episode came on about maybe a month ago, and I don't know if it was a repeat or if it was a brand new show. Anybody see the episode where there was this black couple, and the guy was from military, he was military, real stoic, unaffectionate, had a 19-year-old daughter who lived at home. I believe she was in college, lived at home. Had two young boys. I believe they were twins, and they're about 15 years old. And they did a wife swap with a white couple. And during the wife swap, the lady found out that the father was very unaffectionate. He was overly critical of his kids, and she brought this to his attention. And he got mad at her. The father got mad at her because he thought that this was something that she was feeding into his kids' brain. And she said, you know, you guys tell your father how you feel. And they wouldn't say anything. And she got upset and said, behind your father's back, you tell me, you know, he's not affectionate, and you wish he would hug you more, you wish he would give you more affection, you wish he was less critical, you wish he would give you some praise, that he would tell you something good. And now, you know, you're clamming up and you don't want to say anything. And I was thinking, those kids probably say, look, lady, you get to go home after the show, but we have to stay here. But she got so upset, and she was like, take this opportunity to say something. So slowly but surely they came around, and they said that she was right, that he never hugs them, that he is very critical of them, that he never gives them praise, etc., etc. And he was, you know, kind of reluctant, still real stoic. He was military. And then the wife the wife who was the guest wife in the house, she made them hug. And at first it was one of those real awkward, cold kind of hugs. But then after he had embraced his kids, I think it just started to feel good, you know. Human touch feels good. You know, and I think it just started to feel good to him, and he really, you know, started to embrace them. And it was such a beautiful thing to see him just start to melt and warm up to his kids. But that wasn't the part that had me crying. Okay, this is the part that had me boo-hooing. He and the wife, you know, the guest wife in the house, they're cooking or barbecuing, whatever, in anticipation of a family gathering that was later that evening. And his family was going to be coming over to meet the wife swap wife. And as this 6'2", probably 300-pound military, real stoic guy, as he's flipping the burgers, he says to her, can you do that thing with my dad? And she says, what thing? He says, can you ask my dad to give me a hug? Y'all, I boo-hooed. Now that might just seem so insignificant to y'all, but that was the little boy in him that just wanted a hug from his dad. And because he hadn't gotten a hug from his dad, he didn't know how to release himself to be affectionate with his kids, or to give himself permission to be affectionate with his kids. And the story goes on and on and on, and they come over, and the guy did give it, the lady did say, can you give your son a hug? Can you say something nice to him? And the guy did give him a hug. But it was it was just amazing to me. You know, when you just see that a lot of us adults, we're adult bodies doing adult things, paying adult bills, but we all got that little child in us. We all got that little child in us, either that wounded child or that happy child, or whatever your child was, we still got that child in us. And we all wanna be loved. Okay, the other episode that had me boo-hooing, well, a whole different show, had me boo-hooing, was Extreme Makeover. Y'all, did anybody see the Jones family? This was the black lady who was a nurse, and she had 2 sons and a daughter. And this lady had helped out the Katrina victims, and she just had given so much to others, and she never complained or mentioned to anybody the deplorable, and I do mean deplorable, living conditions that she and her kids were living in. She never ever mentioned that they were even going through anything. And the blessing that she got, oh, this house was beautiful. But y'all, when I saw that episode, and when I was done boo-hooing, I said, I shall not complain one more time. I shall not complain about what I don't have. And that is a vow. Alright, but anyway, y'all, those were the 2 shows that I watched that had me crying and snotting. Oh, so did anybody see any of those, either of those 2 episodes, or both? Or do you have a show that you can share with me that had you crying, and why? Alright, y'all be blessed.